Hey everyone, it's Abby Glassenberg from Craft Industry Alliance. I hope you are having a fabulous day. We are here live every Wednesday for our member spotlight series, and today we're going to be chatting with Becky Johnson from Jupiter's Child. So I'm super excited to welcome Becky in a few minutes. Becky, I see you're here, so hopefully you can request to join, and I will let you in a few. In the meantime, I also wanted to tell you that we have a brand new course that launched for Craft Industry Alliance members. It launched this week, and it's taught by the incredible photographer Gail Zucker, sorry, the last name's around Zucker. I don't know if you know Gail's work, but she is a knitwear photographer, and that's her specialty. And in this course, she teaches you how to edit your iPhone or smartphone photos using your phone. So using Snapseed, which is a really powerful photo editing tool right in your phone. So it's a really great course. It's 5 videos, really informative, and I've taken her course live, and I'm super excited that we now have it as part of your membership. So if you're a member, come check it out. If you're not a member and want to look at joining, head on over to craftindustryalliance.org and you'll see all the info there. All right, so I see Becky here, and I'm going to send to join, so hopefully we can bring her on live, and I'm super excited to talk with Becky, who's one of our Craft Industry Alliance members. So other than that, let's see. Today, I also had a board meeting. We just finished with the Craft Industry Alliance board, and they are just awesome people. We have 5 board members. Each of them is from different niches in craft, brings different areas of expertise to the table, and I just so appreciate each one of them and all that they bring, so that I'm not making decisions in a vacuum. And we did some awesome planning for the coming months and even years, so that was great, really productive. Lorinda, I'm super excited that you're excited for the class. Thank you for saying so. And oh, I see lots of people here. Becky, it says you're not able to join, so maybe you want to try again or try from a different device, and hopefully you'll be able to join as well. My kids are on spring break this week. That's spring break here for 2 weeks in Boston, so we are kind of making sourdough bread and making things out of clay, trying to keep people off the iPad all day long, you know, basic parenting, while also running a business. I'm sure some of you can relate to this feeling, but that's what's going on here at the Glassenberg household. And yeah, we've also been really following the story that's been unfolding with Cricut. I'm sure a lot of you have too. So I mentioned it in our newsletter today, but if you don't get our newsletter, head over to our website so you can sign up. But yeah, Cricut changed some of their requirements for being able to download or upload new designs to their software program. They limited it to 20 free designs a month unless you subscribe to Access, which is their paid membership. People did not react very well to that change, and then they kind of dialed it back and said it won't go into effect until December. But anyway, so we've been following that story. I do have a writer working on it right now, and hopefully we'll be able to bring that to you pretty soon. But it's been really interesting to watch, and certainly in my mind motivated by the IPO. Oh, there's Becky.
Yay.
Hi, Becky. How are you?
Good. It was rejecting my invitation somehow.
That's sad. I'm glad it finally accepted it.
I know.
Well, great to see you, Becky.
Yeah.
So I know you run a business that's called Jupiter's Child, and it's kind of based on like Waldorf principles. And it sounds like you have some experience and some background in Waldorf education and principles and ideas. So I wondered maybe if we could start there and you could tell us a little bit about, for people who maybe aren't as familiar with Waldorf or have never heard of it before, if you could kind of start there and tell us a little bit about what that even means.
Okay, okay. Well, my children all attended the Waldorf school here, and I'm in Austin, Texas. And Waldorf, and of course, my children are quite grown now, but Waldorf toys are very natural. And for example, if you see a Waldorf doll, it will have just an indicator, a little bit of the eyes, and wood, natural wood. In the Waldorf schools, they use they do hem work starting in the early years all the way through, and special like beeswax crayons that they draw with. And my coming to that was I actually have been a crafter my whole life, and I attended elementary school in Germany, and I learned to knit there, and my mother taught me to sew, and I've just been a maker for a long time. When my children started going to the Waldorf school, I became part of their handwork group, and we would make knitted gnomes, various toys, and they would be sold at the winter fair. And one year at the winter fair, a group of the moms decided, well, let's just keep this store going, because not only were the handcrafted items sold, but also the decorating wax, beeswax candles. It's all very Waldorf, I would say, just simple and natural and aesthetically very beautiful and classic. And so out of that handwork group, we started a shop, and which ran year round. It was originally run by volunteers, and you know how volunteer things go. Eventually, it ended up being a paid staff, which was me and a good friend of mine. And we ran the store together for quite a few years, and sourcing things from pre-internet, mind you. I mean, finding things for the shop, and we went on a buying trip to Germany, to the Nuremberg Toy Fair, and my background in German, I speak German, and I've always loved, probably that goes, even my connection with Waldorf probably goes back to going to school there, because there's some similarities. And so that's sort of where that started. Jupiter's Child came out of my friend Gaynor, who I worked with for so many years in the store. She and some other friends, after we were both had quit working at the store, she ran it for a while after I left, and then she and her friends started Jupiter's Child, and then they asked me to join in. And so we worked when we originally, I think they were on Etsy, but then we added the website. And on the website, we also, on Etsy, everything is, handmade or crafts. So that's the focus. But on my website, I also have things that are sourced from Waldorf natural and Waldorf type toys. And I've been doing it on my own for about 5 years now.
Oh, nice.
And so one of the products, the main product, I guess, are the jump ropes, but I also, it's sort of like our shop, our Jupiter's Child shop was a department store. So we had wooden animals, we had screen printed things, and we had the jump ropes. And when I came on, I became sort of the jump rope maker and jump rope dyer. And I'm a weaver and a spinner. And so that was sort of a natural progression to that. And
so yeah, let's hear a little bit more, because I think maybe you were on one of the round tables, or our craft business round tables or something, and that's when I first heard about your jump ropes.
Right.
And I just thought that was such a unique handmade product, because I talked to lots of makers, and I can tell you, I don't think in all the years that I've been doing this, I've ever met somebody who makes jump ropes. So I thought this was super great. And I'm a mom of 3 kids.
Right.
Definitely, we own jump ropes. I think it's a super attractive product. So maybe you can show us one if you have one or two available, and then talk to us about the process of actually creating a jump rope, because I literally have no idea how this is done.
Well, this is actually my best seller. It's a rainbow jump rope, and I make 2 types of ropes. I use, this is a solid core cotton braid, and the hand, it has a wooden handle, so it's more traditional looking. And we had these engineered, and so this is our design, my design, and I did this with my friends. But um, so the painting, I actually paint them. So I don't know if you can kind of see the
Yeah,
colorway.
they're so
Uh,
pretty.
Thank you.
Who wouldn't love that? That is the nicest thing.
I, yeah, just the guy at the farmer's market who says he can buy it at Walmart for $3.
Oh,
But
of
most
course he
people
would
love
say
it.
that. Oh, come on, guy at the farmer's
Yeah,
market.
yeah,
Go away.
yeah.
Anyway.
No. Um, so they're painted, and I use Procyon fabric dyes,
Okay.
and the process is I don't know how much you know about dyeing, but you have to mordant them.
Yep.
So, I wash, mordant it. I mean, measure, wash, mordant, and lay it out. And then when I actually paint it on my dye table, and then they have to batch, and then I have to wash them and put them together.
Got
And
it. So you have probably like lots and lots of ropes that you're doing all at once.
yes,
How many do you do at once?
I 8 is what I like to do.
Okay, so
And
you
I
have
have to
eight.
be, yeah, in a row. I have to be careful. The dye wants to travel. And when I paint them, if I have too many, I mean, I've learned, gradually what I can and can't do.
Sure.
For example, this this colorway is very hard to make, and you wouldn't think it just by looking at it. But I don't know if you can see how the fuchsia and the chartreuse, well, those colors don't really like each other. And so I really had to figure out a way to keep them from, because if fuchsia gets, it starts kind of being a brown.
Yeah, I was going to say that could easily become mud.
It does.
Yeah.
And chartreuse as a dye is temperamental. So I love this colorway, but I have at times thought about not doing it.
And then the
Because
handles on that one are magenta or are,
yes.
yeah.
So I do, I kind of have certain things I do on the rainbow. I do natural, and then on some of these multicolored ones, I paint them.
Okay.
And that's a pretty labored process, because they're sanded, conditioned, and then painted twice, and then I finish them. And I use all water based, it's non-toxic. The other thing about my ropes is that this one actually is not done correctly. Well, it's not finished. But the ends, originally I was using like wooden plugs to finish them off, but very difficult at times. So decided at some point, corks might work. So I use corks on the end.
Wow.
And so it has been kind of a process.
I love that one. The orange with the bright pink is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it's super pretty. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this is just such a cool and unique product, and would be such an amazing gift for a kid, or frankly for a grown up. But
well, since the pandemic, I originally, the focus was children, but my base rope size is 8 feet, and my ropes are not adjustable because of just how they're made. And but I have added in the last year, I have expanded my size range because I was getting so many requests from adults. And I have a gentleman who travels the world, and this is just my plain natural. So this is the natural with the 3-ply cotton, and it's a back splice to make the handle. And so this is a base rope, and I sell also in playground length. So for double Dutch, multiple children jumping. And this guy, he's bought my ropes, maybe started 5 years ago, and every 2 years he buys a new one because he travels for a living. So, and so I made him like a 10-foot rope. I think he's really tall. So I have expanded my size range quite a bit this year. And part of that, I think, is just so many people being home and parents being home. So I have, you know, adults wanting to jump with their children.
And do you just sell direct to consumer through your website, or are you wholesaling these at all, or is that a goal, or are you not going?
I have some. No, I do. My biggest wholesaler is a shop called Bella Luna, who I will give a shout out to. They're a wonderful Waldorf store, and I sell my rainbow rope to them and have for quite a few years. I also, for several years, I don't know if you're familiar with the Athleta's girls line of clothing. They started opening a lot of shops across the country, and they approached me to do not a rope to sell, but a rope for their displays. So I did for them a really beautiful ombre rope in sort of a Bahama blue. And for quite a few years, every time they would open a new slate of stores, I would be sending off ropes to them.
That is such a cool gig.
Yeah, it was. And eventually they finished opening their stores, and we were done with it. But it was kind of neat. And when they approached me, it was through my Etsy shop, so they somehow found me that way.
And are you still on Etsy? I know you have your website at Jupiter's Child. Are you still on Etsy or no?
No, yes, I am on Etsy, and I also have my website. And Etsy's been good to me, and I like the venue, but I also want to have my own website, and I also can sell some things I don't make,
right?
Because
so you can source all different kinds of products. And tell us a little bit of the other products. The ropes are super signature to you, it sounds like, and are almost like a specialty product that you are known for. It sounds like, and then you are sourcing other products that you just really love that are Waldorf products and toys and things. So tell us some of the other highlights that people might look for.
I sell, if you're familiar with the Waldorf, the hem work, they use the crafting beeswax, modeling beeswax, which is a stock mark. It's a Waldorf product. I carry the modeling beeswax. I carry their candle decorating wax, which is very popular. Things like kite paper to make those beautiful paper stars you might see in windows. And I have a company in Germany that, I clearly have this German connection and love, but just from living there, and I went to college there too, but 1 year. But I pulled one out. It's a company that I buy their kits, and they do plant dyed wool. So this is a kit to make balls, juggling
balls. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it can be felt, or they're for children. So that's one product. Another product that actually I do make that's fairly popular is my polish. So my college art professor said I was a dilettante, and I think he's right, because I'm a little all over the place. But because we did the wooden animals, we developed this polish, and it's something I sell quite a bit of.
And what do people use the polish for?
They use it on toys, but also cutting boards and furniture, and it's just beeswax and jojoba oil, no fragrance, and I make it in batches. Yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
So
this is so cool, Becky. It's so amazing. And I think
it's great.
Yeah, I feel like there's you have a selection, a hand curated, careful selection of toys and other products too that people would have a lot of trouble finding and sourcing on their own. So they come to you, and you know what's good, and also you're creating unique things, and so they would come to you and find things they wouldn't find elsewhere.
Right. And you kind of hit the nail on the head. I feel like that I'm kind of trying to keep that balance because there are different motions to be someone who produces but also sources in it. And I do have sort of an overarching philosophy, which in a way makes it easier because I always sought out the simpler toys for my children. And back when, like I said, it was harder. And now there's a lot available, really, and people can't. It just seems obviously with the internet, but also I just think the interest is stronger with
Yes, absolutely.
natural. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
totally. Oh, I think that the interest in natural products, toys that are not
right,
going to have, dangerous dyes or things on them that could be, chewed on, or I mean, kids do all
right,
kinds of stuff with their toys.
right,
So I think I think there's a huge appeal there, and understandably
right,
so, from parents and from grandparents too, and aunts and uncles, et
right,
cetera. Anybody who's got a kid they love. So
right.
that's fantastic. Okay, so tell
Yeah.
people where they can go to get themselves a jump rope, because we all need a
Okay.
jump rope so we can get fit. It's going to be spring here in the US pretty soon, and this is a good time to get one for you, for your kids, for everybody. Plus, check out the rest of your toys.
Okay. Well, I'm on Etsy, and it's Jupiter's Child is the Etsy shop. If you just Google it that way, be sure and put in toys. But then my website is www.jupiterschild.com.
Got
And
it.
I have a kind of a beginning Instagram website, Instagram, and also a languishing Facebook page. So,
Well, we should
and
all go
Pinterest.
follow you on Instagram so you can grow your
Okay.
Instagram. This is a great
Okay.
opportunity.
Thank you.
So follow
Yes.
Becky on
Yeah.
Instagram, and then she can grow her page, and more people will know all about what you're doing, because they should know. So,
Oh,
well,
well,
Becky, thank you. Thank you so much
yeah.
for
And I
joining us
appreciate
today.
it.
This was great.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Take care. See you next week.